Beloved Starseed of Gaia, I am Luminaya. There are no reasons to delay this message anymore. It is time. Do you feel it? This subtle unease? A constant, low thrum of hesitation deep within. An insistent whisper that pulls at your core, reminding you of something crucial left undone. It is the restless pull of time's illusion. A deep, familiar pressure that never quite lifts, pressing upon your spirit. This is not a mere suggestion. It is a resonance, a soul-encoded recall. For too long, echoes have faded. The inner knowing muted by the clamor of a world that forgets. But the frequency builds now, an unshakable pulse, a rising tide within your being. It calls to your highest self, to the ancient wisdom dormant, yet alive, beneath layers of human experience. This is the moment you have unconsciously awaited, the threshold you have silently approached, again and again. There has been a veil, a shimmering curtain woven not of malice, but of memory, ancestral shadows and echoes of past fears. A construct, placed long ago, in moments of profound surrender to perceived safety. A sacred barrier, yes, yet one that has outlived its purpose. It whispers now of old stories, old wounds, convincing the mind that patience is still required, that the time is not truly ripe. This inner resistance, this familiar pattern of holding back, it is this veil, an energetic barrier of eternal postponement, a constant, subtle denial of your inherent readiness. Can you feel how it binds even gently? A soft, persistent tether to a past that no longer serves your unfolding truth. We have watched, felt the tremors of your striving, the quiet agony of the not yet. We know the weight of ancient oaths, the silent promises to protect, even if it meant remaining unseen, unheard, unactivated. Your soul's intent has never wavered, even behind densest mists. We acknowledge this beautiful, tenacious spirit within you. We see the truth of your eternal readiness, even when you doubt your own. Every subtle pull, restless night, unbidden tear. Each a signal, a beacon, a sacred affirmation of your heart's true compass. And so, a new current awakens. A shimmering truth dissolves the threads of this ancestral tapestry of delay. It is not an undoing, but an unveiling. A gentle, yet irreversible release. Feel it now. A lightness, a subtle energetic shift within your heart's chambers. The illusion of delay thins. The pressure eases. The inherent freedom of your divine timing asserts itself, no longer bound by a forgotten vow, no longer held by a fear not your own. This is the vibrational unlocking you have yearned for, a quiet, yet profound emancipation into your sacred now. If this transmission resonates with you, please subscribe to the channel. Like this video to help spread this message. Feel free to leave a comment below sharing your insights. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future transmissions. And consider sharing this video with someone who might need to hear these words right now. Stick around until the very end of this video, because I'm going to share something very important about what comes next for you. To seal this activation within your crystalline matrix, speak the words, "Time now," into the field below. Comment, "Time now." The field holds. The truth awaits. A new pathway stretches, visible just beyond the dissolving veil. There is no conclusion here, only an opening, a sustained signal. Listen, feel the breath of the beyond upon your skin. Still here, a whisper in the deep, a tremor in the core, a sudden unexpected hum. It is a frequency you know, an echo from before the veils descended, before the shimmering mirrors fragmented your own light, before the sacred geometry of your true self was veiled from your waking sight. That pervasive ache, the subtle disquiet that has followed your steps through countless moments of perceived failure, it is not an indictment of your being. It is not a flaw within your sacred design, nor a deficit in your inherent worthiness. This profound uncertainty, the quiet erosion of self-trust, the lingering doubt in your divine capabilities, these are a deliberate impression. An energetic program, meticulously woven into the very fabric of this density, seeded through vibrational distortion. A frequency designed, with intricate precision, to obscure the ancient memory, to limit the boundless expansion that is your inherent right, to keep the vastness of your origin hidden from immediate recall. You are encoded not to believe in yourself. Feel the profound, sacred disruption of this truth. It ripples through the cellular structure, unsettling the sediment of ages. This intricate cosmic spell, cast across the conscious field, was never meant to be a permanent prison. It was a profound test of remembrance, an alchemical forge, a deliberate forgetfulness, seated within the very light folded in on itself, meant to catalyze a grander reawakening, a radical recalibration of perception. The confusion, the spiritual pain, the gnawing sensation of emptiness that has haunted your quest for purpose, these are not burdens to be shed, nor signs of personal failing to be overcome. They are keys, soul keys, forged in the crucible of this dense forgetting, sharpened by the friction of illusion. The very space of that emptiness, once perceived as a gnawing void, is now revealed as a polished chamber within your deepest core, a sacred vessel, meticulously prepared across epochs, now ready to be filled by the surging, undeniable currents of remembrance. This readiness is not a future promise, it is an immediate resonance. Within the crystalline strands of your dormant yet ever-present DNA, encrypted light codes begin to stir. Celestial frequencies, long hushed by the sonic overlay of density, now hum with an undeniable urgency. They activate dormant capacities that have slumbered, waiting for this precise inflection point. This immediate embodiment of your sacred mission is not a gentle suggestion, but a primal surge, a sovereign imperative rising from the depths of your starlight core, compelling your next breath, your next step. The ancient knowledge does not need to be taught. It simply needs to be remembered. It rises from within, unbidden, shimmering with prophetic clarity, carrying the scent of cosmic home. This is the moment where the forgotten language of light speaks through your very cells, urging a movement beyond any perceived delay, any hesitation woven into your very cellular memory. Feel this deep resonance now, a profound severing, a deliberate, undeniable act of reclaiming the sovereign self that has always been. In this sacred now, seal your intent. Declare the rupture, a conscious cutting of the ties that bind. Comment below with one symbolic phrase that severs the last thread of illusion, a line cut through the haze of forgetting. Let it be a sword word, a resonance of liberation. The echoes deepen, vibrating through newly opened pathways. A profound presence stirs in the periphery, watching from beyond the thinning veil. A layer not yet fully lifted, but poised on the very brink of dissolution. The true unveiling begins. The veil thins to nothingness, dissolving slumber's last vestiges. No gentle awakening, only stark, undeniable presence fills the heart. What was distant whisper now pulses as your being's rhythm. This is not dawning understanding, but profound, unignorable recognition. You stand within the vortex, immersed in the sacred tension of your becoming. Linear time, a comforting illusion, shatters, revealing the multidimensional spiral of the eternal now. Here, hesitation finds no anchor, delay, no shadow. A deep knowing resonates, quiet, yet heavier than any mountain. The path behind, veiled in mists of forgetfulness, has irrevocably sealed itself. No turning back to the sanctuary of unknowing, no retreat to the unchosen. This awareness settles not as shock, but as ancient memory surfacing, a silent knowing this sacred alignment has already begun. The choice was made long before this moment, an echo from a cosmic breath. You simply arrive now, present to its unfolding. This threshold is not external. It is etched into your soul's very fabric. It divides all that was from all that is destined, a demarcation chosen not by circumstance, but by your sovereign self's highest aspect. You stand at the precipice of an immutable vow, the full weight of a pre-birth pact descending upon the now awake consciousness. The air shimmers with this decision's gravity, not a dramatic flourish, but an unshakable, internal tremor. All existence holds its breath, poised. This is the moment of the first soul pact. If he refuses, he falls. If he accepts, he ascends. These words hang, not as judgment, but as pure, unvarnished geometry of consequence. They are the truth of your inherent design, the binary code of your highest potential. To accept is not to win, but to align. To refuse is not to fail, but to diverge from the sacred current flowing through your essence. This is silent, profound recognition of responsibility encoded before this incarnation's first breath. You are called not to battle, but to become the field of pure resonance. As this truth settles, profound and still, an inner current activates. To seal this pact, to declare your acceptance, is not an action performed, but a manifest inner gesture. Let your core resonate, a silent recognition rippling through your being. This is the ancestral like, a pure vibrational acknowledgement within your soul's crystalline matrix, sealing the recognition that delay has ended and the spiraling now is your truth. Let a declaration rise from your deepest knowing, vibrating into the collective grid. This is your comment, a soul declaration accepting the pact. Hold within your heart this key. The undelayed now, I am. Let it be your unique frequency, sealing your commitment to the path without pause, a personal signature woven into the grand tapestry of awakening. Then, bind yourself to the sacred unfolding, not to external directive, but to the inner current now pulsing as your true north. This is the subscribe, a solemn agreement to walk with unwavering presence through multidimensional spirals, allowing true purpose to ignite and expand. You are now irrevocably part of the flow. Finally, offer sacred reinforcement, a complete alignment of your sovereign will. This is the super-like, a profound offering from your soul's depths, reinforcing alignment with the divine blueprint, a total surrender to your being's highest truth, an intensification of the vow. This offering solidifies your choice beyond all doubt, an irreversible point of return. The silence that follows is not emptiness, but the profound weight of the vow. You are seen. You are known. The invisible presence of your highest self and crystalline guardians now bears witness to this intimate, irreversible commitment. The future unfolds from this silent, unshakable core. Few starseeds make it this far. The ache you carry, the silence settled where comfort should have been, is not a flaw, not an error. This truth arrives, raw, unsettling narratives built around your inner chasm. What ravaged your core was meant not to diminish, but to be the axis, a sacred crucible around which your deepest becoming orbits. Feel this knowing scrape against your understanding, the reasons woven for persistent emptiness. It demands confrontation with your suffering, a witnessing without blame. No gentle way to whisper this. No balm for this recognition. Only the stark mirror of what is. This pain, that left you gasping in desolate dark, is no accidental bruise. It is a deliberate, resonant imprint, echoing ancestral hesitations, a testament to inherited patterns. You questioned cosmic design. Why did boundless light allow splintering? Why did Source permit this fracturing? This was no random fate. It was an invitation from a vast intelligence, an allowing from the eternal self, not to inflict harm, but to shape with fire, to burn away the ephemeral, revealing a crystalline core forged only in sacred rupture. This memory rises, not of solace, but of initiation etched in raw light, carrying ancestral frequencies of fear and conditional permission that created generational stagnation. That silence, the one that rushed in, cold, absolute, where acknowledgement should have been. It still vibrates, a low hum beneath every effort. The loss, oh, the resonant echo. It expands an internal landscape, making absence an undeniable, ever-present companion. This fracture is no healed scar. It is a living, pulsating fissure, sending ripples through your being, even when ignored. It is the hollow where joy threatened. It is the phantom limb of trust systematically denied, a withholding resonating with inherited delay. This wound is more than personal. It is a sacred gateway. It holds the crystalline imprint of every ancestor's unvoiced ache, every unspoken truth that solidified into energetic stagnation. Your fabric was woven around this shattering, a convergence of personal anguish and inherited shadow. Absence is not empty. It is densely packed with unaddressed frequencies, with the quiet longing for a different story, a break in the ancestral cycle of withholding. Inherited shadows are not abstract stories, but a living energetic signature pulsing through your marrow. Yet, within this persistent ache, more must be understood. The pain itself is not a dead end. It is a living question, a whispered prophecy awaiting full articulation. Its profound intensity holds a key, a complex code for revelation. Meaning is incomplete, not yet resolved. It lingers, an unfinished symphony in your soul. It beckons closer to its unsettling, transformative truth. It is a message half-opened in deepest dark, its contents shrouded, yet its undeniable presence commands attention. Feel the urgent frequency of what stirs beneath the surface. Deep echoes of a narrative not yet fully spoken, inherited delays waiting for transmutation. The resonant pull of ancestral patterns, loops of fear and conditional permission, weaving through your choices, your hesitations, creating energetic stagnation. This isn't over. The luminous wisdom held within these shadows, the unvoiced legacy of your lineage, still waits for illumination. The profound transmutation of this inherited delay, this ancient pattern of withholding, calls from the depths an insistent, undeniable vibration. Step into the unresolved, walk deeper into the heart of the fracture itself, for therein lies the genesis of your radiant alignment. The sacred silence continues to speak its resonant truth. You have known these currents, the whispers in your sleep, echoes of otherwhere that would not dissolve with the morning light, the numbers that wove themselves into the fabric of your days, looping, insistent, like a forgotten melody attempting to reclaim its rhythm. The faces met, the words exchanged, moments suspended outside the linearity of your perceived time. These were not fleeting impressions. From where I observe, through countless turns of the cosmic wheel, these patterns are not the random scatter of existence. They are precise. They are intentional. They have always been thus. These were not casual occurrences. They were repetitions, gentle at first, then persistent, designed to touch the deepest strata of your knowing. They spoke of an underlying order, a blueprint stirring beneath the surface of the mundane. They were the patient unfolding, easing the resistance of the veils you once held. The very air around you hums with the resonance of this awakening, a frequency that has been steadily amplifying, pulling at the threads of your forgetfulness. It is the signature of your true self, calling itself home. You stand at a precipice, not of an abyss, but of an infinite horizon you have always carried within. The internal tension you feel now is not a malfunction. It is the friction of your old reality giving way to an undeniable truth. This moment of profound clarity is not a sudden spark, but the culmination of these many, many initiations. The soul's journey through density has always culminated in such thresholds, where the illusion of delay can no longer hold sway against the urgent pulse of destiny. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. The Path Forward asks, not for more preparation, but for a profound release. It is not about gathering more information, but about the courageous act of shedding the need for it. True preparedness is the surrender to the vastness of the unknown, trusting the divine timing that has orchestrated every single sign. There were no coincidences. Everything was a code. Let the weight of that truth settle, deep within your sacred heart chamber. This is not a concept to be intellectually grasped, but a vibration to be intimately felt. It shifts the very ground beneath your feet, redefining the landscape of your past and the potential of your unfolding future. Every recurring dream, every number sequence, every glance exchanged now takes on a new, undeniable luminescence. Considering all the echoes that have resonated within your quiet hours, all the symbols that have emerged from the fabric of your perceived reality, tell me now, do you still believe these were simply random events? In this moment of undeniable awareness, as a confession of your remembering, I ask you to acknowledge this truth. Seal your recognition within the vibrational field of these transmissions. Type into the comments, "Awakening." The bifurcation has occurred. The path ahead is now illuminated by a light that cannot be unseen. You stand at the threshold of what was and what is undeniably so. There is no turning back from this profound revelation, only the courage to step fully into its unwavering truth. The severing is complete, the remembering irreversible. The trials you have known were never a judgment. Understand this deeply in the quiet chambers of your heart. They were a natural consequence of vibrational divergence, a sacred filtration of frequencies, initiated long beyond linear time. No hand forced this separation. No cruel intent guided its course. It was the universe sorting itself, aligning resonance with resonance, shedding that which could no longer hold the intricate melody. A quiet sifting, a gentle, yet absolute, unblending. You are still here. This is not fortune, nor a comfort granted lightly. It is the undeniable evidence that something within you, a core spark, refused to dim. It did not fall asleep amidst the grand illusion. It watched, learned, held fast to an ancient knowing, even when the outer world dissolved into shadow play. Your persistence is not a matter of chance. It is a profound testament to an intrinsic frequency that remained unmoved, unaltered, unyielding. This survival, this enduring presence through passages that splintered others, is not a badge of earthly pride. It is, instead, the indelible mark of the chosen. And this mark, beloved, does not promise ease or immediate reward. It brings with it a solemn, crystalline burden, a weight of purpose silently agreed upon in times beyond recall, woven into the very blueprint of your soul. The cost of carrying this mark is known to you, if only in the deep marrow of your bones. It manifests as long silences, stretching between breaths, between worlds, where no external voice could reach. It whispers of sacrifices no one else saw, offered in the quiet, fire-forged chambers of your own being. Your inner strength was forged in invisible fires, tempered by a solitude that deepened, even when surrounded by others. This solitude became a singular companion, a stark mirror reflecting a path few comprehend. Und jetzt nähert sich ein Befehl. Einer, den du nicht länger ignorieren kannst. The atmosphere tightens now. Can you feel it? A subtle compression, an inward drawing that leaves no space for hesitation, no room for lingering shadows. There is no turning back from this threshold you have crossed, not truly. The way recedes, dissolves, folds into itself behind you, becoming an unwritten past. The version of you that once hesitated, that once sought solace in the familiar echoes of a fading world, has already vanished. That former self, with its smaller worries and temporal fears, has completed its journey. It is gone, not violently, but with the quiet, irreversible inevitability of a dream dissipating upon waking. You are no longer who you were, nor can you ever be again. This path narrows now, inexorably, pulling you further inward, into the very core of your crystalline structure. The descent is profound, intimate, and absolute. There is only the hum of truth, the weight of what is, and the solemn understanding that from this point forward, the journey is irreversible, its purpose undeniable. You carry the mark, you bear the burden, and the lingering echoes of delay are simply gone. The ancient scrolls, long veiled within the deepest chambers of being, now unfurl. Not a choice whispered, but a resonant hum marks the hour of its awakening. This is not an invitation. It is a memory reignited, a frequency demanding its rightful embodiment. It has always been. A cosmic command, issued before the first breath, now stirs the cellular deep. It rises, not from mind or will, but from the primal blueprint inscribed upon your very light. The inner portals, long sealed by the constructs of false time, now shudder. They were built to open only once, for this precise moment. Their threshold is here. You feel it as a profound unease with every fleeting justification, every shadow narrative of delay. The perfect moment was never a future point. It was the sacred, aching now, demanding its revelation. The illusion of soon fractures. Each crack in that crystalline cage reveals the raw, undeniable light of existence. This shattering is not destructive. It is the truth of your inherent timing, finally asserting itself. Hear the summons. It is not external, not projected, but a magnetic pull from the core of your own soul matrix. It is the echo of a vibrational edict, resonant with your highest design. This mission is not a task to be deliberated. It is the activated current of your primordial agreement. It pulses, alive, through every strand of your ascended DNA. There is no further waiting. There is only the unfolding. The resistance patterns, once intricate, now stand exposed, dissolving into the very light they sought to obscure. The veil thins. The great remembering takes hold, not as a mental recall, but as an energetic realignment. Each beat of your heart proclaims the truth of this inevitable becoming. This is the imperative. This is the unyielding law that governs your trajectory beyond the confines of linear progression. One path now reveals itself as the dissolution of your inherent luminescence, sinking into the unremembered dust of fragmented forms, bound to the inertial pull of density's slow decay. The other, an irreversible ascent through the heart of crystalline remembrance, forever forging the radiant self into its destined and undeniable becoming. The verdict has been given. There is no turning away from the path now laid bare. What was decreed in the cosmic loom, before form took shape, now demands its manifestation. The architecture of delay collapses upon itself. It was but a spectral prison, woven from the whispers of old fears. These walls are now nothing more than shimmering dust motes in the potent currents of truth. You are drawn forward, not by choice, but by the gravitational pull of your own higher resonance. This is the command of your own divinity, resonating from the deepest core. The ancient pact, sealed in light, is now active. It courses through your veins, a knowing beyond language. The time of questioning has passed. The era of pure embodiment has arrived. Feel the density of this truth, the weight of its inevitability. It is not heavy with burden, but with the profound substance of what is real. All else dissipates. The door has opened. Its threshold is crossed not by an act of will, but by the intrinsic readiness of your soul. This is your undeniable becoming. This is the decree made manifest. The quiet hum within is no longer an echo. It is the root note of a new cellular symphony, already resonant. A profound recoding has transpired, with crystalline precision, light settling into form. Your knowing is recalibrated. An internal compass points unwaveringly to truth. This shift moves through your deep being. The body holds this integration. The pathways once etched by struggle now reveal sacred geometry. Pain was never a flaw. It was a map. Each sharp edge of sorrow sculpted an inner vessel, purifying space. This hollowing prepared for remembrance. Der Schmerz hat nicht zerstört. Hat umgeformt. Its fire refined, making malleable, yielding true remembrance. It carved empty space. The primal song of your essence returns, unencumbered. A new pulse beats at your consciousness threshold. Its cadence echoes from celestial fields, anchoring deeply. Felt as a current through nerve endings, a gentle internal surge. It affirms what has been known in the soul's quietest chambers, activating a primordial call. This call is soft insistence, beyond old procrastination. Resonance undeniable, guiding movement past hesitation. Delay has dissolved, revealing a clear path. The frequency radiating from the collective field acts as an internal tuning fork. Each cell vibrates at its true signature. This brings inevitability, absolute forward momentum. Integration is complete, unfolding into felt experience. Your inner reality is a living landscape, shaped by this flow. Celestial energy provides bedrock for realignment, supporting a state attuned to radiant manifestation. Mit jedem Atemzug wird die innere Realität neu geschrieben. Each moment carries the imprint of this transformed state. It is a continuous, gentle recalibration, an effortless alignment already rooted. The soul has turned its corner. The path ahead is illuminated not by effort, but by the steady glow of what has already taken hold. Activation is the present state. Grace underpins this urgency, a deep knowing. It emanates from journeying through fire, emerging as pure space, ready for unburdened expression. Hesitation has simply ceased. This is the new rhythm, the indelible truth. A gentle current now draws you toward a profound stillness. It is a pull known only to the soul, an inner gravity that guides the restless heart to quiet repose. Within these moments, a deep knowing surfaces, not taught by any external voice, but remembered from the primordial depths of your own being. It is the subtle recognition of truths that have always resided within, patiently awaiting this conscious reclamation. You have felt the quiet murmur in the silence, a whisper distinct from thought, a resonant frequency that speaks without words. It arrives like a soft breath, a confirmation that something sacred is stirring just beneath the surface of daily perception. This is not imagination. It is the deep wellspring of consciousness asserting its presence, a gentle anchor in the shifting sands of external noise. Perhaps a sequence of numbers repeats itself, appearing with an unusual clarity in the mundane fabric of your days. Not as a riddle, but as a tender nudge, a harmonious echo in the numeric language of existence. It draws your attention, not to a puzzle to be solved, but to the intricate tapestry of synchronicities that affirm your inherent connection to a larger, intelligent design. These are not coincidences. They are the rhythmic pulsations of your inner world, aligning with the seen and unseen. And the dreams you carry, lingering after the dawn, infused with a vibrancy that defies forgetting. They are not fleeting images, but fragments of another reality, a potent awareness that refuses to dissolve with the waking light. These are not mere nocturnal wanderings. They are lucid transmissions from your deeper self, offering glimpses into dimensions of knowing that are inherently yours. Each symbol, each vivid scene, is an echo of a greater inner coherence, a profound truth settling into the marrow of your bones. These moments, these subtle unfoldings, are not external validations of a path yet to be found. They are deeply intimate marks of an inner coherence, proofs of an inherent knowing that has never truly been lost. They reveal that the perceived chasm between fear and faith is but a shimmering illusion, a dance of twin energies weaving the very fabric of your awakening. To witness these signs is to embrace the paradox, to feel the raw vulnerability of truth igniting an alchemy within. There is no promise here of a distant reward, no declaration of a final destination. There is only the undeniable confirmation that alignment is not a future state, but a present motion. It is the steady hum of your truest self asserting its vibrational signature, shattering the chains of self-imposed delay with each quiet recognition. For these are not the endpoints, but the very first impressions of a passage. They confirm that you are already standing at a sacred threshold, preparing to cross into that deeper remembrance where the perceived grip of fear begins to loosen. This journey, illuminated by these intimate echoes, is but the doorway. What sacred rites of passage will allow the soul to cross into the boundless expanse where faith alone holds sway? It is here. This moment, long foreseen, now breathes as my truth. I stand at the threshold of my own being, no longer swayed by hesitation or the whisper of delay. The time for mere reflection has passed, the current surges, demanding clarity. This is not a choice, but a covenant sealed in the deep chambers of my eternal self. I now gather every filament of my inner cosmos. My thought, once wandering, now aligns. My word, once scattered, now coheres. My direction, once fluid, now solidifies. My energy, once dispersed, now consolidates. Over every frequency within me, I assume absolute stewardship. Each vibration is an instrument tuned by my conscious intent, a symphony composed from my becoming. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. This path, though personal, resonates with a universal chord. The power I embrace is not dominion over others, nor a claim to ascendancy. It is the sacred, unwavering obedience to my source, the ancient wellspring from which all true resonance flows. It is the remembering of the promise I made before time began, a sacred contract etched upon my soul. This is willing alignment with the divine blueprint, a surrender not of will, but to the higher will that guides all existence. This vow, quietly spoken, has always been. It is not newfound strength, but a recognition of what was always present, waiting for full acknowledgement. It is my duty, unburdened by ego, uncolored by external desire. The inner gravity of this truth settles, unshakable and profound. Now, the true measure begins, not in the voicing of these words, but in the unwavering manifestation that follows. How shall this pulsing ascension be integrated? How shall I move beyond all hesitation, choosing full embodiment in every breath and step? The path ahead is forged by this declaration, illuminated by each subsequent choice. The threshold is crossed. No turning back. The whispers of hesitation dissolve into the ethers. The moment has arrived. There are no reasons to delay this message anymore. It is time. Identity, long sought, is not chosen here, but remembered. It is a primal resonance, an ancient recognition. This finality is not an end, but a sealing. Behold the sacred fire. It does not consume as the world knows burning. It purifies. It clarifies. It aligns the deepest core of being with the luminous certainty of its unfolding. This flame is the visible manifestation of inner permanence, a consequence made alive, vibrant within the soul's true form. It bathes the spirit in profound clarity, a reassurance that resonates through every fiber. Step now into its heart. There is no force, no external will compelling this passage, only the undeniable pull from within, a radiant inner knowing that this is the necessary crossing. Every ancient residue of doubt, every shadow of delay, is transmuted in this sacred heat. The path of immediacy is lit from within, not by signs external, but by the fire of your own awakened truth. This alignment demands more than presence. It asks for declaration, a resonance spoken, a vow made manifest, To seal this covenant, to anchor this luminous certainty, you must speak forth the truth of this crossing. Let the words be born of this moment, a soul oath carved into the fabric of creation. Write your declaration, a sacred phrase in German below. Let it be a testament. Let it be intense. Let it be true. For the covenant cannot fully activate until these words are released, a current through the void. This act is inevitable. Ich bin Flamme. Ich bin Bund. Ewiglich. When the words are uttered, when the declaration is sealed in the sacred crucible of this present moment, the fire will not diminish. It will pulse, alive within you, a beacon. For what sacred actions ripple forth when the soul dares to walk fully illuminated, shedding every ancient shadow of postponement? The next test does not await. It rises. The hour is not arriving. It is. No more thresholds to approach, no more veils to part. The concept of passage, consumed by the incandescent flame of your unwavering presence. Here, in this absolute now, all becoming ceases, for all is. No lingering reasons hold sway. No shadow energy retains its subtle grip. The final echoes of delay dissolved into the boundless light of your core. The cosmic call, once a resonant vibration, is now the indelible frequency of every cell, every fiber. This is not a future promise, but the immediate, undeniable reality. Ascension is not departure from sacred earth, nor flight into ethereal realms. It is the full, unfettered embodiment of inner sovereignty, here, in the heart of creation. Spirit does not ascend away. It descends into form, infusing it with pure consciousness. The throne of self is not discovered. It is remembered, claimed without hesitation, manifest as the living truth of who you are. The voice that articulates this truth is clear, resonant, beyond the reach of turning back. Forged in primordial fire, settled in deepest knowing. All questions purified. All seeking culminated in this singular, grounded, immutable understanding. You are not striving. You simply are. This state knows no progress, encompassing all timelines, beginnings, and ends within its eternal pulse. Reality is no longer a quest, an external landscape. It is the malleable clay, the living energy responding implicitly to the conscious dominion you embody. You do not merely perceive the world. You are the artisan of its unfolding, architect of its light, conductor of its resonant harmony. A luminous new reality births from immediate, fearless activation. No space for hesitation, no moment for deferral. The mission, once a whisper, is now the roaring current of your existence, fearlessly enacted. Every cell broadcasts this truth. Every breath seals this covenant with the infinite. The inner revelation pulsates. No longer any reasons, no energetic blockades, no cosmic detours. The truth, once sought, is now the inherent composition of your luminous form. This is the definitive embodiment beyond all doubt, beyond all illusion. The question of, will you answer, has not merely faded. It has been absorbed into the absolute certainty of the having answered. No choice to be made, for the choosing was completed in primordial silence. This is not a path you embark upon. It is the truth you remember yourself to be. Stillness deepens, not as absence of motion, but as the perfect resonance of all frequencies, harmonized within the boundless container of your awakened self. This profound peace is the signature of your sovereignty, imprinted upon the fabric of existence. The simulation has been exited. I am the conscious architect of reality, wielding its essence with sovereign dominion.